Absolutely, Claire. It is going to be a long quiz. Okay, folks. Uh, I'm going to do another round, and if it continues to break like this, if we keep losing connection, um, it's up to you. But I don't know actually why this is happening. Let the sheep minion. If you think it's tough for you. Good evening, Frank. Just on time. Happy birthday. By the way, folks, your first anagram for 5 points is Oh, felt warmer. Oh, felt warmer is an anagram of which type of weapon? So mix the letters up and rearrange it, and it is a word, a type of weapon. Jodie's dad saying, have you paid the bill? Yes, well, we done a sound check last night, and it was absolutely perfect. Crystal clear, really, really perfect sound. If you don't believe me, ask Liz the legend. She came on and said hello. In fact, you were here last night too, asking me what I was doing. So bear with us, folks. We shall continue and try and get this all working again. Okay, so it's up to you. If you're getting sick of it and you're saying, you know what, this is absolutely driving me mad, then let me know, and we can put it on hold, cancel this week's show, and try it next week after me going around all different people's houses and checking who's got the fastest internet. It's not the internet, it's the stability of the internet is the issue. Okay, so where was I? Yes. Type George if you want to be entered into the draw tonight. So type George if you want to be entered into the draw tonight. Okay, so let's crack on. Folks, the virtual tip jar is open. If anyone would like to send a little donation, thank you very much indeed. I can't really actually read out who sends me donations throughout the show, but so far, I think Liz the Legend and J.M. Van Hastricht has sent in a little donation. Thank you very much indeed. I greatly appreciate it. I am going to try and keep this going as long as I can. Stay positive because it doesn't really matter. It's a Friday night. We're having a little bit of a chat. Ronnie's Poodle Wranglers are in from Cornwall. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, she got her scooter today. It's red. I'm not sure if she can drive it, but I'm sure the dog will help. Okay, so let me just put the links into the chat for the donation and we'll crack on. Okay, now I sent out a request who would like to do a guest round. Dashing Dave came up trumps. Good man, Dashing Dave. I'd like to thank Rachel Preview for your kind donation. I nearly called you Rachel Provo. I've got to be careful saying that in Armagh. Anyway, Dashing Dave, oxymoronic quiz round, multiple guess. He sent me 12 or 14 multiple guess questions. I didn't change much, but I had a little play with one of them, two of them, but you'll see. And he said he wanted to do a multiple choice round because he knows how much Liz the Legend and her very clever team, how much they love multiple choices. So here is your first one. Nice and easy. I'm expecting this is probably one that Lorraine and Warren Point will quite possibly get correct, but then again, I'm not too sure. Which one of these is the correct spelling of a county of the Republic of Ireland? Which one of these is the correct spelling of a county in the Republic of Ireland? Dun, Armagh, Sligo, or Laois? So, Dashing Dave's question round. Which one of these is the correct spelling of a county in Ireland? Dun, Armagh, Sligo, or Laois? That is question number 1. I even expect some non-Irish to get it right. Number 2. Now, this is something I wasn't fully aware of, because you learn something new every day, especially when you're talking to Dashing Dave. According to the popular ditty, and it is in fact true because I checked it out, Hitler was possessed of only one testicle. The other is actually preserved. Now, it is stored in one of the following 4 places. Is it stored in the Victoria and Albert Museum? That's A. Is it B, the Albert Hall, C, the Imperial War Museum, or D, his Berlin bunker pants? One of Hitler's testicles is preserved and stored in one of them 4 places. If in doubt, choose one out. Question number 3. This might be a little bit tricky for our non-Dutch players, especially the ones in England or Ireland. What is the name of the famous ice skating tour in the Netherlands, passing through 11 towns of Friesland when the ice is right? A. Pakketeavond. B. Een man, een zijn ijsklomp. C. Efteling, or D. Elfstedentocht. So, if in doubt, folks, close your eyes, turn your hand around and point to the screen. The name of the famous ice skating tour in the Netherlands goes through 11 towns whenever the ice is right. Which one is it? Question number 4. Who is the best-selling female author of all time? Is it A, Daniela Steele, B, J.K. Rowling, C, Agatha Christie, or D, Barbara Cartland? Who is the best-selling female author of all time? Daniela Steele, B, J.K. Rowling, C, Agatha Christie, or D, Barbara Cartland? Number 5. Is Arto here? Because if Arto's here, he should know the answer to this one. The Finnish company Nokia were best known for manufacturing which items before they went into mobile phones? Was it A, fax machines, B, Wellington boots, C, steering wheels, or D, microwave ovens? Before moving into mobile phones, Finnish company Nokia were best known for manufacturing which items? A, fax machines, B, Wellington boots, C, steering wheels, or D, microwave ovens? Number 6. Registering a giddy 1,058 feet above sea level. Now that's a mountain and a half. Well, basically it's a hill. Well, actually, compared to some of the places in Ireland and around the world, it's not even a hill. It doesn't matter. They're known as the Dutch Alp. Which of the following 4 is the tallest peak in the Netherlands? Valzerberg, Kopperberg, Valkenberg, or Tankenberg? 1,058 feet above sea level. What is known as the Dutch Alp? Which is the tallest peak in the Netherlands? Valzerberg, Kopperberg, Valkenberg, or Tankenberg? Jodie's dad, our resident secret agent, says he still uses his Nokia 3310. Jesse says the 3310 will outlive the cockroach. You know, I was thinking about you today, Jodie's dad. With him indoors here in Armagh, we were watching Spectre, James Bond. You came to mind. I wonder why. Question number 7. Which US tech company developed the first computer mouse? A. Apple. B. IBM. C. Hewlett Packard. Or D. Xerox. And Radiant Raluca is doing extremely well in this round number 2. It's not a surprise because her other half, Dave, sent me the questions. Well, you can feel clever for a little while, Raluca. Hey, him indoors, how you doing? Can't hear you. What are you saying?
I'm doing well now.
Great. Question number 8. Okay, folks, have a little think. The English people might be sort of lucky enough to know this little bit of trivia. Which one of the following is not a genuine name of a village or a street in England? Which one of the following 4 is not a genuine name of a village or a street in England? A. Sluts Hole Lane. B. Cucumber Drive. C. Fingering Hoe. Or D. Opperdicker. Which one of them 4 are not a genuine name of a village or a street in England? I mean, if you went in a taxi and you said, hey, take me to the Fingering Hoe, oh, God knows where you'd end up. So, A, is it Sluts Hole Lane? B, Cucumber Drive? C, Fingering Hoe? Or D, Opperdicker? If in doubt, folks, use protection. Choose one out. Radiant Raluca, oh dear indeed. Number 9. Which of these cities is known as a Paris of the East? Which of these cities is not known as a Paris of the East? Apologies. A. Budapest. B. Sofia. C. Bucharest. Or D. Istanbul? Which of these cities is not known as a Paris of the East? Budapest, Sofia, Bucharest, and Istanbul. Okay, and your last question in Dashing Dave's family-friendly show round. Who is the guest backing singer on the Dire Straits classic Money for Nothing? Is it A. Peter Gabriel, B. Paul Simon, C. Sting, or D. George Harrison? So who is the guest backing singer on the Dire Straits hit Money for Nothing? A. Peter Gabriel, B. Paul Simon, C. Sting, and D. George Harrison. Thanks very much, Dashing Dave, for your guest round tonight. Keeping it clean. So, folks, don't forget to type George into the chat. I have brought a couple of mystery prizes with me to Ireland, and I'm also going to have a little look and buy some mystery prizes in Ireland to maybe bring back to the Netherlands. So, fantastic. There are the current owners of the mystery prize, and every one of them looking a little bit shocked at the gift they actually got. So, to get into the draw tonight, all you got to do is type George into the chat. It's as simple as that. It's so easy that even I could do it. Him indoors, could you type George into the chat?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely no problem. Okay, let's move on to round 3. Politically correct as always, my friends. Politically correct. Question number 1. Which wild animal is known as volpe in Italian and zorro in Spanish? Which wild animal is known as volpe in Italian and zorro in Spanish? Okay, I'd like to thank a few people who have sent in some donations to the virtual tip jar. Thank you very much, Jesse and Micah. Cheers, thank you. Who else is in there? Oh, it's Gary Butt. But do you know who Gary Butt is? You know, I used to think Gary was Pete in Dublin. And then one day I got a message saying, it's me, Gary. But I'm not in Dublin, I'm in Ipswich. So thanks, Gary. Used to play in the Sherlock Holmes. I know who you are now, and I won't let you or anybody else watching the show forget it. Number 2. What was the significance of Vincent van Gogh's 1988 oil painting The Red Vineyards near Arles? What was the significance of Vincent van Gogh's 1988 oil painting The Red Vineyards near Arles? Question number 3. The Disney cartoon character Mickey Mouse has a thumb and how many fingers on each hand? Disney cartoon character Mickey Mouse has a thumb and how many fingers on each hand? Question number 4. Lorraine and Warren Point, if you're not sure about the answer to the Mickey Mouse, why don't you ask some of the nieces? Holy Moses! Tickers on the tickers! It is spin the wheel time. So, Pete in Dublin was our first winner. Pete, you cannot type the answer into the chat. And let's hope the internet doesn't fail and put the whole thing into more of a suspense. So, I am going to ask a question. And wait until you hear the question, and I'm going to give you a good clue at the very end of the question, which will help narrow down your guesses. I will watch the chat, and whenever I see the first correct answer, I will call it out, and the rest of you, it's just too late. Too late to tango, as we would say. Okay, so if you're ready to go, this is the time that you've got to type your answer into the chat if you're playing the show on twitch.tv/Irish question mark. The question is, to the nearest whole number, how many times will England fit into the state of Texas? To the nearest whole number, how many times will England, do you think, fit into the state of Texas? And the clue is, it is less than 10 times. I am going to put on a 25-second stopwatch starting now. If you do not have your answers in within the next 25 seconds, boom shakala, it's just far too late. And I have to say, him indoors serves a mean chilled Club Orange, one of my favourite drinks of all times. Club Orange in the Orange County. What about it, huh? Time up, folks. Time up. Whackers on the Packers. I love it. Okay, folks, so what is your answer to the nearest whole number? How many times? How many times to the nearest whole number, does England fit into the state of Texas? Get your answers in the chat. I like that one. Taters on the plate. Beef in the stew. Bit of an Irish feel tonight. Pickers on the peckers. My God. Alrighty, folks. So tell me, what is it? Jody's dad's come in at 5. Robert's come in at 13. Any other guesses? 3, 8, 9, 10. 7, 4, 8. 6, 6, 6. Good evening. Dutch referee Jan the man. Frank doesn't understand the rules that you're only allowed to guess once after guessing 4 times. But it doesn't matter because the first person in that had 5 is Jody's dad, our resident secret agent. The correct answer is, in fact, you can fit England into the state of Texas 5.3 times. So the correct answer is 5. Liz, my life is confusing. Get with the program. Just put in a number. And you should have listened to Pat the Beard anyway. Even though I know he's out having a bite to eat. He let me know earlier on. Okay, so the winner is Jody's dad. Well done. It's always nice to let Jody's dad win something, or else he takes a contract out on you. Question number 4. What does COVID actually stand for? Pain in the ass is the answer that you probably want to write down, but that's not what I'm looking for. What does the acronym COVID actually stand for? Claire is saying that we're gone again. As far as I can see, it must be down in the south of Ireland only because we're still online up here in the north. Question number 5. Question number 5 tonight. What was Michelle Obama's maiden name? What was Michelle Obama's maiden name? I'd also like to thank Claire O'Brien for your donation to the virtual tip jar. Thank you very much, Claire. I received that through PayPal. Cheers. Thank you. Question number 6. What colour dye can be made from onions? What colour dye can be made from onions? Well, Jody's dad, these questions for Spin the Wheel, they're all basically have a guess. But you didn't have to tell us that you didn't really have a clue and you just guessed. We were trying to make you look clever. Claire, thank you very much for letting me know that we're back again. Apparently you were the only one that left. Moving swiftly along, question number 7. By the way, Claire, thank you very much for your donation in case I was in the dark zone whenever you when I mentioned it earlier. So this is a true or false, folks. A male singer whose sexual organs have been modified is known as a castrato. Is it true or is it false? A male singer whose sexual organs have been modified is known as a castrato. Him indoors, do you know any castratos? Number 8. Which country's car international index mark is EST? Letter Sheep Minion says that COVID stands for crappy online video internet drama. Everyone likes a little bit of drama, especially on a Friday night. If you're unsure about drama, you want to try walking down Armagh City late in the evening. You wouldn't see a soul. It's a tad dramatic. Question number 9. I like this question, which possibly means that you should be able to guess it. What is the only game that is deemed to have no element of chance? What is the only game that is deemed to have no element of chance? And your last question in our first half. Holy Moses, it's Dingbat Man! Points if you can solve this dingbat. I'm feeling that confident that I even think both Pete in Dublin and Gary in Ipswich will get this one correct for 5 points. Solve this dingbat to reveal a well-known 4-word phrase. 5 points up for grabs, folks. It's so easy, even I'd get it right. And quite possibly her indoors too. Don't forget to enter tonight's draw. All you need to do is type George into the chat. And that'll get you officially registered with the Irish question mark automatic draw, ladies and gentlemen. And then later on, when we do the draw at the end of the show, it will pick out someone from the list and who can get a mystery prize sent to them. And if you've already received the current mystery prize, well, I'm in Ireland. Sure, I'll get you something else that will surprise you. Okay. The virtual tip jar is open. Thank you very much, folks, for anyone that has sent in a little donation so far. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. The links are in the chat. If you want to send a little donation, that would be wonderful. Thank you. You know where to find me. What can I tell you? It's so easy, it's embarrassing. On Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, or on twitch.tv. Just do a search for Irish question mark and you'll find me. Who was I thinking about when I put this little video in? Slapping that thigh. Answer time. Liz the Legend. Here are your answers to the first round. First 3 rounds, should I say. And I feel a little bit like this monkey at times. Anyway, in internet terms, what does GOAT stand for? 1 point for greatest of all time. Number 2. Derived from the Old French for coat of mail, the name given for stopping blood is, of course, tourniquet. But the question is, did you spell it right? Because if you didn't, you really shouldn't take yourself a point. But then again, I won't be checking. So it makes it a lot easier for you to pretend that you typed it correct. Okay. Number 3, 1 point again. I put this little video in because this is a video of a lady that flew the Spitfire during one of the world wars. And I took her back up and said to her, would you like to fly another one? Absolutely amazing. Anyway, the device nickname George is the automatic pilot. I have to write that one down. Shake that turkey baster. Unfortunately, we don't have her indoors taking notes tonight. Him indoors just sitting laughing at me. What can I tell you? Number 4. Common sand and slow worms are all types of reptiles and native to the UK. The answer is a lizard. Give yourself a point if you guessed that one correct. Number 5. Good evening, Jan the man. We don't have a whistle tonight. Which former Manchester City and Man United player is the only Scottish footballer to win Ballon d'Or? The correct answer is Denis Law. Liz just told us in the chat we already have 69 points. I like the way you're thinking, Liz. Her indoors. Top of the evening to you. Question number 6. The celebrated US movie maker that got an Academy Award for Best Director, Saving Private Ryan and Schindler's List, Steven Spielberg. 1 point for that. What is the name of the club in Matthew Street, Liverpool, the birthplace of the Beatles, which reopened to the public in 1966? It was the Cavern Club. Good evening, Arto, our official F&C Finnish comedian. I was asking if you were about earlier on because we asked a question about Nokia. Question number 8. This is round 1, Arto's correct answer. What was the name of the former White House intern who allegedly did not have sex with President Bill Clinton? Him indoors was telling me a story yesterday. We took a walk up by the palace in Armagh. I used to work there. And he was telling me about the day that Bill Clinton came over and said hello to him. What a great guy, eh? I wasn't talking about President Clinton. I was talking about you. You're a great guy, him indoors. Alrighty, the correct answer is Monica Lewinsky. If you didn't get that right, even I'd be speechless. Number 9. The 2021 Oscars were 2 months late, being held in April. Which movie won Best Picture? Nomadland is the answer that we were looking for. And number 10, worth 5 points. Look who it is, shaking her thing, Liz the living legend. Oh, felt warmer is an anagram of which type of weapon? If you guess this right, give yourself 5 points. The correct answer is flamethrower. Flamethrower for 5 points. Dashing Daves, oxymoronic quiz round. Double points up for grabs, folks. Question number 1. Which of these is the correct spelling of a county in Ireland? The correct answer is D, Laois. Give yourself 2 points if you guess that one. Question number 2 in Dashing Dave's guest round. According to a popular story, Hitler had only one testicle. The other is preserved where? The correct answer is the Albert Hall. Apparently, after Hitler died, whenever there was a show on, they used to pass Hitler's single ball around the audience so they all could play with Hitler's ball. What can I tell you? Number 3. The name of the famous ice skating tour hasn't happened in the Netherlands for a while because it hasn't been cold enough for long enough. But the answer is D, Elfstedentocht. Said in my best Belgian accent. Number 4. Remember, double points if you guess this right. If you wrote J.K. Rowling, you'd be wrong. The correct answer is C, Agatha Christie, for 2 points. Come back, Pat the Beard. All is forgiven. Liz and Captain Beer are under pressure. Number 5. Here's the one I was thinking about earlier on with Ardo. Before moving into mobile phones, Finnish company Nokia were best known for manufacturing which items? The correct answer is Wellington boots. Not Albert Heijn, Albert Hall. Or, as Jesse says, it's also known as Albert Ball. Question number 6. No, it's knockers on the blockers. Yes, indeed, folks. This is the time that you type your answer into the chat. Do it nice and quick before the internet falls out. I'm going to ask the question. Only type your answer in once. Pete in Dublin, you are already on the spin the wheel, and Jodie's dad is also on the spin the wheel after guessing the correct answer for the last question. So, this question, excuse me, this question has nothing to do with me coughing. Fear not him indoors, it wasn't a COVID cough, just a little tickle cough. This question is about Christ the Redeemer. Jodie's dad, of course Bob can have a go if she signed in as Bob. Christ the Redeemer statue overlooking the city of Rio de Janeiro The question is about that statue. Listen very carefully. The question is, in meters, and I am going to give you a clue, how long do the arms stretch from fingertip to fingertip? And the clue is, it is more than 20 meters. How long do the arms stretch from fingertip to fingertip? And the clue is that it is more than 20 meters. Get your answers in as quick as you can. Liz, if you missed the question, bad luck. How long do the arms stretch from fingertip to fingertip on the Christ the Redeemer statue overlooking the city of Rio de Janeiro? That is the question that I am asking. Bob said 30 meters, but Bob was wrong. I don't see the answers yet. It is more than 20 meters. Keep going, folks, because I forgot to put the clock on. "25 seconds, and we haven't seen the answers yet." Boom! Shakala! Radiant Reluca, congratulations. You were the first person to type 28 before you done a little sneaky second guess. So, the winner for the third on the spin the wheel is Radiant Reluca. Question number 6. The tallest peak in the Netherlands is A. Valserberg. Give yourself 2 points if you guessed that correct. Controversy. There's controversy. Liz the Legend is checking back the answers. Let me have a little look. Space Dracula 1416. Holy Moses! Jesse, a little bit slow checking that out. Even her indoors is guessing. The first person to guess number 28, apart from Radiant Reluca because it was her third guess, was in fact Minion Rachel. Shock controversy. Reluca, don't blame me. Blame Liz the Legend. But you still have a few more guesses. So, 2 points if you had A. Valserberg. Next one, number 7, the US tech company that developed the computer mouse. The correct answer for 2 points, D. Xerox. Moving swiftly along, number 8. Which of the following is not a genuine name of a village or street in England? I'll read your choices out again because I'm sure you're shocked. A. Sluts Hole Lane. B. Cucumber Drive. C. Fingering Hoe. Or D. Upper Dicker. The correct answer is Cucumber Drive. It is actually called Cucumber Corner. Now, do you think I made that up, or even Dash and Dave made that up? Well, I gotta tell you, I went on the net and found these street signs. So, 2 points if you guessed Cucumber Drive. And remember, folks, it's a family show. Keep your thoughts clean. Moving swiftly along to number 9. Which of these cities is not known as Paris of the East? The correct answer is B, Sofia. Give yourself 2 points if you guessed that one right. And number 10. Who is the guest backing singer on Dire Straits' Money for Nothing? The correct answer for 2 points is C, Sting. I'd also like to thank a couple of more people sent in a little donation. Captain Beer, thank you very much. And Dublin Pete, thank you very much indeed. Question number 1. Which wild animal is known as Volpe in Italian and Zorro in Spanish? The correct answer for 1 point is fox. Question number 2. What was the significance of Vincent van Gogh's 1988 oil painting, The Red Vineyards near Arles? The correct answer is, of course you know, it was the only one ever sold during his lifetime for around 400 francs, which was about 1,500 pounds today. My God, if you got your hands on that, that would be a good investment. Question number 3. The Disney cartoon character Mickey Mouse has a thumb and how many fingers? The correct answer is 3. Thank you very much, Minion Jesse, for that little bit of trivia in the chat. Look at Mickey Mouse. Question number 4. What does COVID actually stand for? Despite what Electric Sheep Minion put in the chat, it does in fact stand for Coronavirus Infectious Disease. Give yourself a point if you guessed that right. If you didn't guess it right and you weren't sure what it was, stand up, reach your arm out and slap yourself extremely hard 3 times in the forehead. Isn't that right, him indoors? Number 5. What was Michelle Obama's maiden name? The correct answer is Michelle Robinson. Give yourself a point if you guessed that right. J. Terharmsel, thank you very much for your donation to the virtual tip jar. And I've got a little message from Naughty Norma saying all the best for tonight for the quiz, all the way from Ireland. It must be amazing, back with family again. Yes, indeed, with him indoors, my old cousin in Armagh, having an absolutely lovely, lovely time. A great guy to stay with. Number 6, what colour dye can be made from onions? The correct answer is yellow. So if you've got that white t-shirt that you want to smell like a Frenchman and change it to yellow, all you got to do is put in a bucket of onions, apparently. Number 7, true or false? A male singer whose sexual organs have been modified is known as a castrato. The correct answer is true. Number 8. Which country's international index mark is EST? The correct answer is Estonia. Give yourself a point if you guessed that correct. Number 9. What is the only game that is deemed to have no element of chance? The correct answer is chess. Give yourself a point if you guessed that correct. And number 10, worth 5 points. Our first dingbat of the evening. Solve this dingbat for a 4-word phrase. Fork in the road is the answer that I was looking for. Okay, folks, so I don't know whether Ardo has any little yarns for us, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him some time while I just show you this few photographs I got sent in. Send any photographs of you, your team, family members playing the quiz show. Lovely if you can share any news. And so what news did I get this week? Great to see Dee Dee from the Magnificent 2, who was surprised by her very special mystery prize. Great to see you again. You're looking fantastic, Dee Dee. So, folks, in the last couple of days, tram, train, and plane, after nearly 18 and a half months. Then I got to Dublin Airport and a friend of mine came up and he drove a 500-mile round trip to get me safely from Dublin Airport directly to my cousin Christopher in Armagh City. It was an absolutely beautiful thing to do, and it was absolutely a fantastic trip. And then I arrived in Armagh City. I'm so close to hugging my parents after 20 odd months, folks, and I just wanted to really thank you for sharing this journey with me. I couldn't have done it without you. I couldn't have done it without you all. And a special thanks to her indoors over in The Hague. Thank you very much. Folks, it's half time. I'm going to take a short break. We'll be back with you very shortly. And Ardo can tell us a couple of one-liners before he, boom, shakala, drops the microphone. Okay, folks. Hope you enjoyed the first half. I'll be back with you from the Orchard County, County Armagh, up in the northern part of this fine island. See you very shortly. Thank you. Okie dokie. Great to be back. Is Arto here and would he like to do a little spot? Is the question. What's the difference between chickpea and a garbanzo bean? What is the German word for bra? Stop them from flopping. Shocking. Ardo, are you here? Would you like to do one? A couple of one-liners before we start the second half. Why are fizzy drinks so tasty? Times like this that I really wish Pat the Beard was here because he would have typed, I don't know. Why are fizzy drinks so tasty? They are so delicious. Thank God Liz isn't trying to make a fortune out of being a comedian. Arto, Arto, wherefore thou art thou? Arto, calling Arto, calling Arto. I think you got to work on a lot more than your comic timing, and I'm very surprised that you didn't go around and surprise her indoors and watch the show together. The two her indoors, like Mark 1, Mark 2. Then again, the night is quite young. Okay, so has Ardo fallen asleep? Is he working? Or what is happening? Liz is still attempting to make us smile. What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball? Was that the ball or the Albert Hall? I don't know, Liz. What did Cinderella say? My God of Almighty, Liz the legend. This is a family show. My nieces are watching this in Ireland. My God. Oh, why did the ketchup blush? She saw the salad dressing. Absolutely wonderful. Okie dokie. Is Ardo still about, folks? Does anyone know if Ardo is here? Is he going to do a little line? Because what will happen is I'll start the second half of the show. Then Ardo will come in and go, you started without me. Unless he's doing a little bit of air frying. How do you spot a blind man on a nude beach? It's not hard. All right, folks, I'm going to crack on. And if Ardo comes on board, sure, we'll just pause the whole thing and let Ardo do his couple of one-liners because he is our official Friday night F&C, our Finnish comedian. Who will be joining our Mystery Prize Winners Club? That is the question, folks. We will be doing a draw later on and let you know straight away who has won tonight's mystery prize. We'll also be doing a spin the wheel. And if anyone that has won the mystery prize before wins the spinning wheel prize, or in fact the draw, I can organise something different to be sent from Ireland, or I can bring it back when I go back in a couple of weeks' time. Ardo is not in the room anymore. Thank you very much, Jesse, for checking that one up. Okay, so the virtual tip jar is open. If you'd like to send a little donation, thank you very much to anyone that has been sending donations so far. I'm having a little bit of a problem trying to do everything at once, but when I can, I will call out about any donation that I see. Thank you very much indeed, folks, so far. Okay. If you'd like me to do this with a more stable and a superb internet, we can arrange to do a team building event for you, for your company, for your friends or your family. Just send me an email at irish_gmail.com. Also, any photographs that you want to send me, I'm going to start putting them up on the different various social media platforms. So if you'd like your face up on the Irish Facebook page, or the Instagram, please send me a photograph via irish_at gmail.com. Okay, so let's get started for the second half of tonight's show, live from Armagh, the Orchard County in the northern part of Ireland. Here we go. Question number 1. After nearly 3 decades since the last sequel, the Bill and Ted movie franchise returned in 2020. What did they call this one? After nearly 3 decades since the last sequel, the Bill and Ted movie franchise returned in 2020. With which movie? Question number 2. Which company witnesses its name become a verb, saw its customer base rise 2,900%, and its share price more than double at the beginning of the lockdown in March 2020? Which company witnessed its name to become a verb, it saw its customer base rise by 2,900%, and its share price doubled at the beginning of the lockdown last year? Doesn't it sound amazing to say that? Last year, March 2020. Question number 3. Who wrote the song "You Are the Sunshine of My Life"? Him indoors? Are you any good at singing? In a word, no. He says he's only good at singing in the bathroom. You are the sunshine of my life. Okay, that's it. If only her indoors was here. Who wrote the song "You Are the Sunshine of My Life"? Question number 3, round number 4. Now, I really like this question, folks. What game of chance is physically the most demanding for the loser? This is the sort of question that might upset a few people when I call the answer out, because I'm only accepting the answer that I give you. What game of chance is physically the most demanding for the loser? Question number 5. Delay on the Twitch. Okay, folks, your next question for the bonus question time, the spin the wheel. I will be giving you a clue straight after I ask the question. Please do not type the answer in. And let me get my phone set up so I can have the timer ready to go. After I give you the clue, I will start the timer, and you have 25 seconds to get your answer in. So I'm going to first ask the question. I'm then going to give you a clue. And then I'd like you to type your answer in the 25 seconds allocated, not alligated, time. Stop laughing at me, him indoors. Okay. Here is the question. Michael Douglas is a very lucky man. He's married to Catherine Zeta-Jones. Do you know? And a little piece of information. that they share the same birthday. My question is, between Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, how many years apart are they in age? And the clue is, they are more than 18 years apart on their birthdays, which happens to be the same day. So, 25 seconds, countdown started. You'll hear the alarm. Have a little think and put one answer and one answer only in, please. We'll only take your first answer. Michael Douglas, Catherine Zeta-Jones share the same birthday. How many years apart? More than 18 is the clue. What do you think the answer is going to be? Also, like this special mention to Joanne, my cousin down in Call. If you're watching tonight, that would be, it's great that you came on board. Okay, lots of numbers coming in. The first correct answer is, and it doesn't surprise me, Baroness of Burnham. Bob guessed 25. That is, in fact, the correct answer. Congratulations, Bob. Well done. I don't know what I've done with the pen. Him indoors, can you find that pen? I think it's on the table inside, please. So, the correct answer, and the first person to say what. Thank you very much. The was Baroness of Burnham, Bob. 25 years difference in Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones. I'm surprised he's still alive. She hasn't killed him. Shagged him to death. Moving swiftly along. Holy Moses, Jan the man, top of the evening to you. I'm sorry I don't have the referee's whistle. I'll have to try and organise one of them for next week. And I'll be doing the whistle myself, the timekeeping myself. Question number 5. The home football stadiums of Argentina's Juniors and Napoli are both named after which famous footballer? The home football stadiums of Argentina's Juniors and Napoli are both named after which famous footballer? Thank you very much, Jan the Man, our officially FIFA endorsed and recognised professional stroke, semi-professional stroke, hell of a nice guy, Dutch referee. Moving swiftly along, number 6. Hippopotamus question. How many toes on each foot does a hippopotamus have? How many toes does a hippopotamus have on each foot? Jodie's dad, would you stop giving the game away? What do you mean Bob guessed 25? Bob knew the answer was 25 because she's cleverer than the average Bob. Question number 7. Which Irishman duetted with Sinatra on the 1993 single of I've Got You Under My Skin? I've got you under my skin. Basically, you'd think it was Sinatra singing. Well, not really. Which Irishman duetted with Sinatra on the 1993 single of I've Got You Under My Skin? Question number 8. Round number 4. Which country used to be known as New France? Which country used to be known as New France? Question number 9, round number 4. In French cookery, what nut is the main ingredient of an almondine sauce? What nut is the main ingredient of an almondine sauce? I should have said this only once. And your last question in this round, round 4. Welcome back, Dingbat Man! Dingbat. It is Dingbat time, folks, from Armagh City. 5 points if you guess this one correct. It's so easy, it's embarrassing. In fact, I'd be rather surprised if Pete in Dublin didn't guess this one right. Solve this Dingbat to reveal a well-known 4-word phrase. Moving along to round number 5. Question number 1. Which word can be used as the title for an Alfred Hitchcock film or movie, because it's easier pronounced, a 1986 single by Duran Duran, or a prefix of a 1990s American rapper? Which word can be used as the title for an Alfred Hitchcock movie, a 1986 single by Duran Duran, or a prefix of a 1990s American rapper? Same word as the answer for the 3 statements. Number 2. What does the Cockney rhyming slang pig's ear mean? What does the Cockney rhyming slang pig's ear mean? Hello to Evie and Isabella. Evie 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. She missed out on the 4. I'll see you in the next couple of days, Evie and Isabella, down in Warren Point. What does the Cockney rhyming slang pig's ear mean? Number 3. Which 2020 disaster thriller starred Gerard Butler and shares a name with a country? Which 2020 disaster thriller starred Gerard Butler and shares a name with a country? Round 5, question number 4. In which US city did Sam Phillips found the famous Sun Records label in 1952? In which US city did Sam Phillips found the famous Sun Records label in 1952? Question number 5. 2 points up for grabs. Jan the Man, our official Dutch virtual referee. It's a football question, or soccer, as Liz the Legend likes to know it as. Soccer. Which 2 countries made their Euros debut this year? Which 2 countries made their Euros debut this year? 2 points up for grabs in this sporting question. Question number 6. It's a Bond. The name is Bond question. Who sang the theme tune to the James Bond movie Dr. No? Who sang the theme tune to the James Bond movie Dr. No? Hello, Liz the Legend. Question number 7. I like this question, especially when I've seen the answers. What is the collective noun for dollars, as in the currency? What is the collective noun for dollars? Question number 8. Do you remember this? According to Donald Trump, introducing disinfectants or bleach and what else to the inside of the human body might kill the coronavirus from infected human cells. I mean, was he serious? According to Donald Trump, he mentioned a few things that you should put inside the human body and it might kill the coronavirus, with his scientists sitting in the background absolutely shocked and amazed at the President of the United States making this suggestion. I suppose that puts an answer to Liz's Go USA chant from earlier. Number 9. What was the name of Michael Jackson's California ranch? What was the name of Michael Jackson's California ranch? And it's Dingbat Man! Dingbat! 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 Liz said even if we made this a multiple choice question, it would have been ridiculous. Well, was he ever serious indeed? Anyway, 5 points for this dingbat question. Really easy 3-word phrase, and that is the last question in round 5 tonight. Here live from the Orchard County, County Armagh. There's one for County in Ireland. Well, I'm not singing it. Okay, moving swiftly along. Round 6, our last round in tonight's quiz. Question number 1. Which country is the phrase sun, sea and sangria particularly associated with? With which country is the phrase sun, sea, sangria particularly associated with? Have to say, Lorraine in Warren Point is extremely quiet tonight. Don't you think so, him indoors? Maybe she's fallen asleep in front of the phone or laptop. Possibly could be knitting. Well, now you know. Question number 2. In the 2020 US presidential elections, which state was forced to recount votes twice before confirming that Joe Biden had indeed won? In the 2020 US presidential elections, which state was forced to recount votes twice before confirming that Joe Biden had indeed won? Question number 3. Oh no! Finger in the dikes! Our last question in the spin the wheel part of the show. So, actually, it's not our last question. We have 2 more. This question is about Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Obviously, the astronauts that walked on the moon. Now, here is your question. Remember, I will give you a very good clue this time at the end of this question. So, type in one correct answer, and as soon as I see the correct answer, I'll write down your name. Now, Pete in Dublin, Jodie's dad, Rachel, Minion, and Bob cannot enter this question. The question is, after Neil Armstrong touched the surface of the moon, how many minutes later do you think Buzz Aldrin joined him on the surface of the moon? The clue is it was less than 30 minutes. How many minutes do you think it was? Jodie's nan, of course, can have a guess. Slugs to the servers. That's going on the list. So, have a little guess after Neil Armstrong touched the surface of the moon. How many minutes later did Buzz Aldrin join him on the surface of the moon? The correct answer is 19 minutes. Ronnie's Poodle Wranglers in Cornwall guessed it straight out. Well done. Fantastic. By the way, Ben, I put your mystery prize in the post today, and I sent Ronnie a little picture. Ronnie answered that in a quiz last week. Well, it wasn't here. What can I tell you? So the correct answer was 19 minutes. Ronnie in Cornwall gets her name on the spin the wheel. Don't worry, folks. We have one more space on the spin the wheel, so hang around. Number 3, the sun is composed primarily, approximately 74%, but I wasn't that close to measure it, of what gas? The sun is composed primarily of what gas? I tell you what, after all these Club Oranges, I'll be well full of gas. Look, Liz. Tears to my eyes. Tears to my eyes. Question number 4. Thank you very much, him indoors.
You're very welcome.
Which product, I like this one, which product used in homes all over the country usually comes in the following size? 33 feet long, approximately 10.05 meters, and it is 20.5 inches wide or 52.07 centimeters wide. Which product used in homes all over the country, all over the world in fact, usually comes in the following sizes: 10.5 meters long, 52.07 centimeters wide. Liz, can I bring you home a can so you can try the sweet goodness? Unfortunately, you cannot bring drinks on planes. Liz is saying which country? Numerous countries all over the world. The product that is used in homes, 33 feet long or 10.05 meters and 20.5 inches or 52.07 centimeters. Now, Liz, you must be missing Pat the Beard tonight, the clever one of your team. Number 5, Jan the Man. Euro 2020 was postponed until 2021. But my question is, which city hosted the first game? Seems like months ago. Which city hosted the first game? Question number 6. Club, Hero, and Torpedo are all type of what? Jodie's dad's a little bit upset about the last question, but what can I tell you? I guarantee you that you've used this product. So that should probably upset you more. Club, Hero, and Torpedo are all types of what? I have to say, control yourselves, please. It is a family show. Oh, Dashing Dave, do behave. Number 7. What are white dwarfs, blue giants, and supergiants? What are white dwarfs, blue giants, and supergiants? Question number 8. What are Madonna's, Madison's, Prince Albert's, and Christina's? What are Madonna's, Madison's, Prince Albert's, and Christina's? Number 9, in our last round, of all of the Spanish-owned Canary Islands, which is the furthest east? Of all the Spanish-owned Canary Islands, which is the furthest east? And our last question tonight is a dingbat question. Dingbat. Boom. Dingbat. Yes, indeed, folks. The dingbat questions and the anagram questions at the Friday night online Irish question mark quiz shows, they are, of course, worth 5 points. So this is your last question, and it's worth 5 points. Who will get their picture on the mystery prize page? So, the prizes will be put in the post either by her indoors in The Hague or myself here in County Armagh or County Down, depending where I shall be when I find out who the winners are. So make sure that you type George into the chat if you have not already typed George into the chat. And the virtual tip jar is open. Thank you very much, folks, for anyone that has sent in a donation. I've just put the links up into the chat. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. A little bit of a blip start with the internet, but unfortunately some things are out of my control. Anyone that has sent in a donation, I'm sort of trying to keep an eye on so many things at once. Thank you very much indeed. I think I've called out basically everyone that has sent in a little donation. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much indeed, sincerely. Okay. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? The show goes out live on YouTube, and when I watched the rerun last week, a lot of the blips that were on Twitch didn't seem to go across to YouTube, which I don't know why, but maybe her indoors, being our technical expert, could explain that to me, or possibly Jesse. But it's not important. Anyway, have you any ideas for next week's show? Would you like to do what Dashing Dave done tonight and get a guest round in? It's probably easy if you do a multiple guest round because people can have a better chance at just randomly picking something that they think it is. Grab 88, nice to see you on board tonight. And you just type George, which means you are now entered into the draw as well. Okay. Here are your questions and answers to the second half of tonight's show, folks. Question number 1. After nearly 3 decades since the last sequel, Bill and Ted's movie franchise returned in 2020 with which movie? The correct answer is Bill and Ted Face the Music. Give yourself a point if you guessed that correct. Number 2. Which company witnesses its name become a verb? So its customer base raised by 2,900%, and its share price doubled at the beginning of the lockdown in March 2020. It was, of course, Zoom. Question number 3. Who wrote the song You Are the Sunshine of My Life? The correct answer is Stevie Wonder. Him indoors. Did you ever see Stevie Wonder?
No, I never got the chance.
Never met the gentleman. He's never seen you either, eh?
I know this is correct.
Oh, okay, right. Moving swiftly along. Number 4. What game of chance is physically the most demanding for the loser? The correct answer is Russian roulette. Electric Sheep Minion, that's a fantastic idea. How about a round that you type in glitch whenever it glitches and the fastest gets a prize? How about you type in glitch whenever we have a glitch, and then when I get back to The Hague, I kick your front door in and glitch you up and down the frickin' stairs. Moving swiftly along. Number 5. The home stadiums of Argentina Juniors and Napoli are both named after Diego Maradona. Give yourself a point for that one. Number 6. How many toes on each foot does a hippopotamus have? The correct answer is 4. Number 7. Which Irishman duetted with Sinatra on I've Got You Under My Skin? It was Bono. Number 8. What country used to be known as New France? The correct answer is Canada. Well, you know how much I care, Electric Sheep Minion, and you also know that I know where you live. Number 9. French cookery. What nut is the main ingredient of an almondine sauce? Jodie's dad, I also know where you live. It's okay, I'll ask Bob to slap you. The correct answer is almonds. And isn't this interesting how they get the almonds from an almond tree? A little bit of shaking. Number 10. The correct answer for this one, this dingbat, which is worth 5 points. Rub off the green. If you were lucky, say you had a little bit of a rub of the green. Give yourself 5 points if you guessed that correct. Round 5, potluck. Jodie's dad, Bono, is that Mrs. Brown's grandson? No, a little bit older. Number 1, the word that can be used as a title for Alfred Hitchcock movie, a single by Duran Duran and an American rapper. It is Notorious. Give yourself a point. Let the Sheep Minions just say that's why he quizzes with someone that has a Northern Ireland accent, because the threats just have a little bit more of a bite. I'll frickin' bite you when I get my hands on you. Moving swiftly along. Number 2. Claire wants to know what the answer was to number 9. The answer to number 9 was almonds. What was the main ingredient of an almondine sauce? Thank you very much, Jesse, for staying on the ball. What does the Cockney rhyme and slang pig ear mean? It means beer. Beer is the correct answer. And it's a lot easier if you're going to give a pig a beer to pour the beer into the pig and not give him the tin can, because you'll probably never see it again. Number 3. The 2020 disaster thriller starring Gerard Butler shares the name of the country is called for 1 point Greenland. Number 4. In which city did Sam Phillips found the famous Sun Records label in 1952? It was, and still there, in Memphis, Tennessee. Number 5. Hey, Jan the man. 2 points up for grabs. The two countries that made their Euros debut was Finland and North Macedonia. And if Ardo's watching this on the replay, which he often does on a Saturday afternoon when he's chilling, you might have got 2 or 3 questions perfectly correct today, Ardo. Number 6. Who sang the theme tune to James Bond movie Dr. No? 5 points if you guessed this correct. The correct answer is nobody, because it was an instrumental and didn't have anyone singing the song. So 5 points if you guessed that correct in the James Bond question. Number 7. I like this question, which probably means that you won't. The collective noun for dollars is a fistful. A fistful of dollars. Unbelievable. Great movie, him indoors. You seen it? Fistful of Dollars? Yeah. Absolutely superb. Have it in DVD. Well, maybe we'll watch it before I go back. Okay. Number 8. According to Donald Trump, what else did he say? Sunlight might kill the coronavirus in human cells. What a very learned man. Moving swiftly along. Number 9. What was the name of Michael Jackson's California ranch? The correct answer was Neverland. Number 10. 5 points if you guess this right. Solve this dingbat to reveal a well-known 3-word phrase. Drive-in movie was the answer that I was looking for. Electric Sheep Minion showing off the little cowboy side of him. Maybe you could dress up as a cowboy and send us in some photographs for next week's show. Yes, folks, don't forget, if you are doing the quiz show tonight, reach across, take a photograph with your phone and email it to irishquestionmark@gmail.com. We'd like to see how fit and healthy everyone is looking. Round 6, question number 1. Our last round in our show, going direct from Armagh City in County Armagh in the north of Ireland. At him indoors here helping me and being a fantastic host. Question number 1. With which country is the phrase sun, sea and sangria particularly associated? It is, of course, Spain. Espanol. Number 2. In the 2020 presidential elections, the state that was forced to recount twice was Georgia. Give yourself a point for that one. Number 3. The sun is composed primarily of what gas? Oops, wrong sun. The correct answer is hydrogen. I'm glad that you've clarified that, Electric Sheep Minion. There's always been a little bit of cowboy in you, but not in a Brokeback Mountain kind of way. Oh, shocking, man. Number 4, now this is the one that's probably going to put Jodie's dad over the edge. As a builder who has worked for decades in the game, what product used in homes all over the world usually comes in the size 33 feet long, i.e. 10.05 meters, or 20.5 inches, 52.07